Right, to this now. The Ditsobotla local municipality in the northwest has elected new council speaker, mayor and chief whip today. Councillor Lethoko of the Patriotic Alliance is the new mayor. Today's elections come after the council was dissolved in September amid factional battles and a lack of service delivery. For more reaction on this election, we're joined now by DA's Ditsobotla caucus leader, Yusuf Laher. Good to have you, and thank you very much for your time, Yusuf. Others are looking at the numbers and are saying, well, this is a coalition pretty much of the ANC with Freedom for Service Delivery and Africa Heart, of course, making those numbers. But by and large, this would be a mayor that is, in a way, indebted to the ANC. What are your thoughts?
Well, good evening, and thank you so much for having me. Absolutely, I must agree and share the sentiments that you share, that the PA mayor is at the mercy of the ANC. However, it seems as if the marriage has broken literally a few hours after she was elected. As council adjourned, there were some other words that were changed, and we overheard that she needs to resign. So effectively, Ditsobotla might actually be without a mayor by tomorrow morning, from what we understand.
What does that mean, I suppose, for the stability of this municipality that has been battling water challenges, roads and housing and you name it? I mean, a list of service delivery issues that need to be addressed quite urgently.
Sorry, please repeat that.
I'm saying, what does that mean, what you're saying, that we could wake up tomorrow with news that this current mayor has also already resigned in a local municipality that has been plagued with a number of service delivery issues?
Look, service delivery has collapsed. It's not just, it's a long time coming. It's more than 10 years where service delivery has collapsed. And it's mainly due to the factional fights of the ANC. And the way things are going just doesn't seem to be getting any better. And the common denominator is none other than the ANC. Well, the only way forward, and this actually proves exactly why your smaller organization shouldn't be you shouldn't have representation by smaller organizations, because they just split the vote and you don't even, organizations like the DA and bigger parties, the votes are split and you just can't constitute government because everything is just so unstable.
Why did the Democratic Alliance fail to get the numbers? It seems the EFF got 10 seats in that council, making them somewhat the official opposition?
Yes, the EFF are the official opposition. The DA did retain the numbers that we had prior to the 2021 elections. However, the biggest problem is obviously, well, it's not a problem, but the DA, we don't vote with the ANC or the EFF. And the PA, Forum for Service Delivery, ANC and African Heart negotiated a coalition. But like I said, clearly it's falling apart.
And how do you see playing that oversight role then as the Democratic Alliance with those limited numbers?
Well, we've got committed and dedicated hard-working councillors. They know exactly what needs to be done. We have won 3 wards, as we did in 2021. And our councillors have always been on the ground. They've always been there for communities. And we'll continue doing that to the best of our ability and holding the current government accountable.
Coalitions that we have seen emerging across really the country, in Gauteng, anywhere you look, have been largely plagued by instability because of the wheeling and dealing that happens within the coalitions themselves. And so therefore, even if it's a majority ANC-led coalition, one expects that there will be a high level of that wheeling and dealing that would happen. You see with the kind of a deal that they've made to support a Patriotic Alliance mayor. Do you foresee that, I suppose, being a hurdle on the road like we've seen in Johannesburg and like we've seen in Ekurhuleni?
Sorry, you broke up in the last few sections. Can you please repeat
I'm
that?
saying, do you see the fact that coalitions are generally unstable in South Africa because we have not worked out a way of making them a little bit more stable because of the wheeling and dealing that goes on? Do you see that same situation repeating itself in Ditsobotla like we have seen in the city of Johannesburg and maybe even in the Ekurhuleni municipality?
Absolutely, because no one has an outright majority. It's so difficult working when you're technically working with a gun towards your head because you don't have an outright majority. And it goes back to where we're constantly asking voters not to split the vote, not to vote for smaller organizations, so that well, you can have an outright majority. I mean, you see the governance record of the Democratic Alliance in Midvaal, City of Cape Town, and where we govern outrightly, and it's working. So coalitions are difficult to maintain, and ultimately you're at the mercy of the organization that has voted with you in the coalition.
Yourself, I mean, with the developments that you are seeing and the split and the cracks that are already beginning to emerge hardly 24 hours before the mayor is, or after hardly 24 hours after the mayor has been put in place, is there any action that the Democratic Alliance will take, maybe to speak to the other smaller political parties, or is this it? You're just going to wait for the relationship to dissolve itself?
Look, even if you speak to the other small organizations, it's one-seaters and two-seaters. It's not enough numbers to create a coalition. And like I said earlier, as the DA, we don't vote or work with the ANC or the EFF. So that's obviously, it's not even a vote for discussion. So the smaller parties, we can't even go in with them. So obviously we'll just have to wait and see what's the way forward. And Ditsobotla will have to elect a new mayor if it's true that the mayor is going to obviously resign by the end of tonight.
Yusuf Laher, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on, leader of the Democratic Alliance caucus in the Ditsobotla local municipality.